guys, welcome back to part 2 of my Q&A. This is going to be a follow on from my Q&A part 1, which I will link down below if you haven't seen it already. I am sorry, Marco is still making a lot of noise in the background, but it's the only time I can get to film. The other two are having their nap, so I'm just going to crack on. So I did 10 questions in my Q&A part 1, and I think I've got another 10 to do this time round. So yeah, question number 1 or 11, whatever, however you like to look at it, is what is your favourite quote? Now, I'm not really like a massive quotey person, but there is one that I do live by really, just because I feel like it's helped me change a little bit as a person. So I'm going to go ahead and read the quote to you. It's, don't feel bad for making decisions that upset other people. You are not responsible for their happiness. You're responsible for your own. I'm not entirely sure whose quote that is or who quoted that, but I feel like for me, well, that is just me all over, because I did so much previous to having children to make other people happy, even if it meant I wasn't happy myself. I was such a people pleaser, and I would just go with the flow and just say yes just because it made people happy, even if I wasn't necessarily happy. And I feel like since having children, I've completely changed. It's changed me as a person. It's made me stronger. And I've realised now that I do things for me and my children, whether it doesn't make other people happy or not, and quite frankly I don't care, because me and my kids are happy, and that's all that matters. So yeah, definitely making decisions to make yourself happy, even if it makes others upset, is not a bad thing, because again, you can't control their happiness, and if they're not happy for you at the end of the day, then they're not worthy of being your friend. Question number 2, where do you see yourself in 10 years time? Well, hopefully with a lot more sleep. I would like to think so. Obviously the kids are going to be a lot older. I guess my youngest would be 10 years old, which is just weird to even think about. But I'd like to see that me and Dan would have got a little bit more of our lives back, a little bit more sleep back. I just can't wait really for the boys to just grow up and see their personalities. And yeah, actually Lorenzo will be, no, he won't be 14. What will he be? Yeah, 14. Almost 14, which just seems so bizarre. I can't even picture that or imagine that. That's just so crazy. So yeah, I mean, I do think that I will go back to work, but if I can't find anything that works with the boys going to school and stuff like that, then I'm quite happy to just stay at home, be a housewife, look after them all when they get back, look after the house, that sort of thing. So yeah, luckily my husband has a good job, and with the lifestyle that we lead, I don't really need to work. So I guess me working would just be extra, which would be great, because obviously I would want the boys to have, you know, everything that we could give them. So yeah, in 10 years time, possibly back at work, but only if it fits in with their school time, because obviously they're my priority now, and I'm not really, or never have been, a career person. I loved my job before I had the kids, and I would like to go back, or I wouldn't mind going back if they had space for me and if it fitted around the boys' school, then yeah. But obviously I'd still love to be happily married and head over heels in love, all that soppy stuff. So yeah, 10 years actually is probably just going to fly by, isn't it? It sounds like so long away, but it probably isn't. So question number 13 is, do you find any struggles that come with having a large family? The lady's given an example like finding hotel rooms big enough. Well, we haven't actually been on holiday anywhere, or if we have been in a hotel, it's been for our anniversary, so it's just been the 2 of us. So we haven't actually found any struggles. I guess the car situation is a bit of a bummer, because I get squished in the back. But no, not particularly. Obviously days out do get a bit harder, because usually family tickets are 2 adults, 2 children. Yeah, no real struggles, to be fair. Not that we've come across so far. I'm sure like when we book holidays and things like that, that will probably be the task then, is like trying to find something that's going to be affordable for us all, or like you say, hotel rooms is going to be a nightmare to try and fit us all in, because obviously I wouldn't want to be split up, unless me and my husband were split with the kids, which wouldn't be ideal. But No, I haven't really found any struggles as of yet, but obviously the boys are still very young, so yeah, there probably will be some struggles that pop up in a few years' time. So question number 14 is, what are your top tips for managing 3 children? My number 1 tip for managing my boys is just to stay as relaxed as possible. I do feel like I'm quite a calming person. I'm quite a chilled out, relaxed, laid back kind of girl. So I do feel like that's had an impact on my kids too, because they're not very boisterous. They're not overly like in your face or like naughty really. Obviously they have their moments like all kids do, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying my kids are perfect, but yeah, I do feel like being relaxed and them feeding yeah, and them feeding off me definitely has helped. So that would be my number 1 tip. Yeah, are you relaxed? Are you chilled? Do you want to come and say hello? Come and say hello. Say, hiya, look. Can you see? Yeah, can you see? I don't really have any other tips, to be fair, as I just kind of go by my day to day with just being as relaxed as possible. See, don't care about what others think. If you're out in the supermarkets and your kid has a tantrum, just deal with it. Don't worry about if people are staring at you or anything like that. But again, I think that's the whole like being calm and relaxed about it all. Let them tantrum and get on with it, because they're just kids at the end of the day. I think people put a lot of pressure on the whole idea of being a perfect mum and, you know, having control over your children, which I believe I do, because, you know, if they are really bad and I do have to be stern with them, then they do listen, which is really, really good. I do have rules in place and I do have boundaries, and they know that, and I just have to be consistent and just keep going and letting them know like what is right and what is wrong. So I think, yeah, being consistent definitely would be a good tip as well. You know, if you say something, then follow through with it. Don't say it and don't do it, because that's when they just feel like they've got one over on you really, and they feel like that they're ruling the house and actually you need to be in charge. So I think, I don't know, I think that's why I like having a big family, and like why we've had another one really. I just feel like it's not easy, don't get me wrong, it is not easy at all. I'm not going to lie to you and sit here and go, oh yeah, having 3 kids is so easy, because it's not. But I just feel like having rules and having boundaries definitely, there you are baby, definitely is working for us. So it may not work for you guys, I don't know, but this is what is working for us. So question number 15 is, what car do you have to fit your 3 boys and everything that comes with them, and also will it fit baby number 4? So at the moment I currently drive an Audi A6 Estate, which is fine to fit the 3 kids in and me and my husband. My husband drives a Mercedes E-Class, I want to say, I think. It's a Mercedes and it fits us all in perfectly, although baby number 4 wouldn't fit anywhere in either of the cars. So we are looking to get a new car. We don't know which one yet, so if you have any suggestions or you know of a good one, like a 7-seater, then that would be great. I'd quite happily drive a minibus, but my husband is not so keen on the idea. I think because he's spending the money, he'd rather spend something that he would want to drive as well. So yeah, any suggestions, please let me know below, and we'll go and check them out, because we have absolutely no idea at the moment. We've still got a little bit of time, but I guess we probably need to pull our finger out and get sorted soon. Question number 16 is, do people not judge you because you're always pregnant? I have had quite a few comments and still do get quite a few comments. More sarcasm really, I think, like, oh my god, how are you going to cope? People do judge, but people are always going to judge whether you have 1 kid or whether you have 6 kids or 12 kids. I think people just judge because that's just what they do, unfortunately. So yeah, I have had some comments, nothing really that sort of upset me or anything. That at the end of the day, it doesn't bother me, because it's not their life, it's our life, and we're happy and I'm happy. I am always pregnant. I can't even remember what my body looks like normally without a baby in it. which is weird. Question number 17 is, how did you meet your gorgeous husband? Well, he is very gorgeous indeed, and I was lucky enough to meet him when I was working at a retail store called Republic. I worked there when I was at college, and basically his close friend was my supervisor, so he used to just come in and ask for his mate, and I remember that I'd always spot him coming a mile off and I'd make sure I'd get to the front, so he'd ask me first. So he'd come in and just be like, oh, is Dave there? So I'd run out the back to Dave and be like, Dave, your fit mate is here. And he'd be like, he's got a name, his name is Dan. But yeah, I just, like, from the minute I saw him, I was like, whoa. Never once thought for a second that he would be interested in little old me, but he was. I won him over with my charm, obviously. And yeah, 7 years later, and we're here with 3 kids, our 4th on the way, and married for 2 years happily. We've been in about 1 million different homes. So yeah, I just met him while I was working at Republic, and he just came in to see his friends. So that was it really. Nothing too spectacular, nothing too romantic. It was just passers-by. Question number 18 is, are you planning on moving? Well, actually, yes, we are. I haven't mentioned anything yet, as I didn't want to jinx anything, and I didn't want to kind of... Well, I just wanted to wait until I knew things were certain, but we have put a reservation fee down on a new house, and we have sold our house that I am currently sitting in now. So things are moving forward, and they're moving forward quite quickly actually. We had a little issue, well actually a few issues to begin with. We lost our buyers and we lost the house, and you know, all that sort of stuff, because let's face it, buying a house is never straightforward. It's been a little bit stressful, but we've got there in the end. So hopefully by the end of September we should be moving out of this place and moving into our new place. It is a 4-bedroom house, so we're currently in a 3-bed, so it will be great, and especially with having all boys, the older 2 can share, the younger 2 can share, and we can still have a spare room for visitors or toys or my escape. So yes, we are keeping all of our fingers and toes crossed and making sure that everything goes through okay. Question number 19 is, what's your favourite and least favourite comments that you get whilst pregnant? My least favourite would be, are you sure it's not twins in there? You're carrying very big. And I also get a lot of is, oh, are you hoping for a girl? Do you wish you were going to have a girl? So those are my least favourite comments. My favourite comments are just the nice comments that people feel like they have to say, really, like, oh, aren't you blooming, or oh, look at your beautiful bump. And you know, when people just come up and give me a little rub or whatever on my belly, that is, just things like that just makes me feel nice. And the last question is, as you said this was your last baby, are you sad that you won't ever have a girl? I knew this question was going to pop up quite a few times, in fact, which is absolutely fine by me. And actually, no, I'm not sad that I'm not going to have a girl. I am so excited that I am just a mum to all boys. To me, my boys are absolutely incredible. They're so much fun. They make me laugh. They make me cry. We have such a special bond, and I think boys and their mums just have such a unique bond. I mean, obviously I don't know because I don't have a daughter, so I have nothing to compare it to, which is in another way why I'm not that bothered, because I only know boys, so why wouldn't I want another one? Because they're awesome. I think if I were to have a girl, then I don't know, I just think the whole house dynamic would just change. And yeah, I don't know. So I love the fact that I'm gonna have 4 boys, and no, I'm not sad that I'm not gonna have a girl. At the end of the day, I am definitely not gonna miss out on having girls in my family. I've got 3 already flipping gorgeous boys and another one on the way, so we are definitely not going to be short of girls with their girlfriends. Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of women in my life growing up, so I can't wait for that. And I just feel like boys are just amazing. Like, if you're a boy mum, you know what I'm talking about. And obviously, yeah, I love little girls. My friends have little girls and they are so gorgeous, and I love the fact that, you know, they wear pink and frills and stuff like that. But actually that's not me. I'm not a very girly person. I'm not a pinky person. And I was actually looking on Pinterest the other day for nursery ideas, and all of the ones that this was before we knew we were having a boy, and all the ones I looked at were all boy ones. Like, you want to come out? Yeah, none of the girl nurseries stood out for me, so I'm kind of glad I don't have to have any pink in my house, because I'm not a massive pink fan. Oh, look at you, you're so filthy. Yucky. You dirty boy. You dirty boy. I mean, and how can I be sad that I'm going to have another one of these? I mean, look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? Obviously I'm biased, I know that, but yes. No, I'm not sad, and also I know what I was like growing up as a child, and I'm quite glad that I'm not going to have to put myself through that. Yeah, hormonal girls, hormones, I have enough of them, so yeah, I don't want any more. So that is the end of my Q&A. Thank you so much to everyone who asked me a question, and if I didn't answer your question, I'm really sorry. Just repost it in the comments and I will write you a comment back. Yeah, if there's anything else, then please just message me or ask me. I'm quite open, so I don't mind. Ask me anything. And I hope you enjoyed my video. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you've liked this video, give me a thumbs up. I'll put everything in the description box that you need to know below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.